Well, hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be game number 2 of your Challenger Cup North America Week number 1. Resist Gaming are going to be your blue side, Arcane Purple. Once again, after winning their first round matchup, they're going to be progressing into their second round matchup. On the red side, Target, how you doing?
I'm doing all right, so we had to get some things sorted out on the back end and the front end, but we are now into this round of 32 action. Resist Gaming up against, as we just said, the boys of Purple of the Arcane variety. So going to be seeing a lot of names on Resist that we've seen in some form in Challengers for a very long time. In their newest form, though, some of the players definitely been on them for a while. But other ones, newer pickups as well. So that said, Resist Gaming banning out Geb and Odin very quickly, while Arcane Purple banning out the Hell and the Sun Wukong. So,
and I mean the Hell ban that's coming through as well. That's directly in response to the Odin ban. We did see it picked up in yesterday's SPL games because there was an Odin ban. It was the last pick of the first round, and then immediately followed by an Odin ban. So, right thing to do if you want to play Hell, ban Odin. Correctly done, and Arcane Purple, really good job being aware of that strategy. But Surcat left available, good counter to any more healing that might come out, because it's only going to be one target-ish. And Caprianus obviously picked up, so they're looking for that revive potential. I'm thinking probably another hyper carry here to come through for Arcane Purple.
It'll certainly be interesting as we see Resist Gaming with Surcat and Ao Kwang up against the Kepri and the Giannis. Ao Kwang buffed indirectly by the not Ao Kwang, sad day. Gonna switch over to Bologna. Very sad. Marauder has a very, very good Ao Kwang, and Ao Kwang did get buffed when Kepri got nerfed. Kepri's ultimate now no longer saves you from an execute, which means that Ao Kwang's execute now is no longer, negated by Kepri, which is very, very solid. Agni does get picked up by Pomponius for Resist, and then the last pick of this first round for Arcane Purple going to be the God of Thunder. Well, one of them at least. We're going to see Thor locked in by the boys in red. So, again, seeing 2 to 3 globals on one specific team. While over on Resist Gaming, you see an assassin for your jungle. I'm assuming, again, at least, that Surcat's going jungle and Bologna's going solo, because, well, to be blunt here, Marauder Surcat in the solo lane is not the prettiest thing. I was practice casting a match, and he played Surcat solo lane, and I was laughing too hard. Sorry, Marauder, I love you, but it's true. It's not pretty.
Yeah.
But
let's not talk about.
She
just doesn't clear.
So yeah, not enough to clear.
Yeah.
Freya going to be the last ban by Arcane Purple, and then the Ao Kwang ban by Resist. Resist saying, all right, we don't want to deal with it. I find it interesting that they're banning him, because unless they know that Arcane Purple likes to play him in the solo lane, I find it very odd. Now, then Xbalanque picked up by Doridia, because they, again, had such a good showing on him last time. Why not keep playing him? And so they'll do exactly that.
Yeah, and I like it as well with the Capri, because you can dot the minions for Xbalanque, and then he's got an easier time clearing them out with the auto attacks. What I'm seeing right here is that they've got some nice sort of looking circles, but the ability to absolutely blow somebody up from Resist Gaming, kinda not so blow up heavy coming through from Arcane Purple. Their sustained fighting. I really like Thor's Berserker Barrage because it's there for a couple of seconds, right? It's doing some nice sustained damage for that duration. I did expect the Athena pick to come through. And Apollo. So this is a really, really nice combo and some really, really good setup for Resist Gaming. But what I'm liking about this draft is the ability. Kepri's not all that heavily mobile, right?
Nope.
Pair him with the Giannis, though. And they've got the Thor there as well. They can actually put some pretty sick ganks down on this duo lane.
Definitely. And then the last pick for Arcane Purple is Tyr. I like the decision to wait this long because, just in case there's somebody that hard counters Tyr, just, don't pick him last. But Tyr does beautifully. Absolutely beautifully against Bologna, because he doesn't care about his basic attacks. And he can push and move her around the map, and if she goes up into her hammer swing, he can just say, I don't think so, and just push right through her, and then she stops. And it's just,
that's her wave clear as well. That's the thing that you've got to remember, is that she's going to be wanting to push out that solo lane. And if he interrupts that, well, rip Bologna's wave clear. She's going to struggle underneath tower if that does end up being the case, because the archer minions are suddenly just going to start destroying her. She can't tank the wave. That's a real big problem. But Tyr, the problem with Tyr, obviously, he needs to blink to get into the backline. What just got nerfed? Blink.
It got nerfed, but quite frankly, I still don't think it's in a horrible place, and I think that on Tyr it's still perfectly fine. Ultimate level blink, also known as level 3 blink, is perfectly acceptable in terms of cooldown times. Sure, it reduces the gank opportunities slightly, but at the same time, it's not the end of the world. I've seen Tyr's Divios who have played without blink before. They get teleport and they get beads. They get teleport, they get hog. They get teleport, they get Shield of the Underworld. There are options out there for high-skilled Tyr play, and if Doridia's Tyr is anything like his Osiris, this is going to be ugly.
Well, at least he was in the face of his opposition as well. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I think we should certainly keep an eye on towards the solo lane, because it has potential to really... I mean, if Bologna jumps all over Tyr as well, obviously he's got both sets of fearlesses to just get away. But as soon as that mana buff starts to wear out, actually Bologna, I kind of favor her a little bit more. She's just able to glue, obviously without cooldowns, and without the ability to cycle through them. Bologna wins that over Tyr, just because of all the potential buff she has. But also potential for Saket to come over and look for a gank. Obviously no healing means power cleave, ain't gonna top him back up in the middle of a fray.
That will,
anyway.
Excuse me. It will be very interesting. So we do need to wait for Spectator Client to finish counting down. My apologies, I have a wonderful cold that decided to show up to celebrate challengers. But we will be back in about 2 minutes, so do stay tuned, everyone. This is the North American Challengers Cup. Round number 2, round of 32. Don't go anywhere, we'll see you very soon.
Hello and welcome back to game number 2 of this week's Fall NA Challengers Cup Week 1. My name is, of course, Ranconius. Joining me once again is M-Target. M-Target, how you doing, buddy?
I mean, almost coughed up along, but I'm here, I'm alive, there's Smite to be played. Ballantine DC'd, which is not so good, but beyond that, me gusta. So we'll be, once again, Resist Gaming up against Arcane Purple. I am very, very excited.
Yeah, as am I. I mean, have a look at the significant number of teams that we've got in this bracket today. That is insane, the amount of teams we have here. Absolutely insane. Where we get above 50?
Say, I believe the number was right around 50.
50.
Just shy.
50, exactly.
50 teams in the Challenger Cup. That is insane. When was the last time that happened?
Spring, I believe.
Okay. Well, certainly wasn't last split, I don't think.
No, so it was spring split. Bringing back a lot of memories of when, especially in NA, we were pulling, you see community tournaments and Challengers level tournaments where teams were coming out and playing, and it's very exciting to see, non-SPL action. As much as we love the guys over at the SPL, just watching the top 8 teams doesn't show us what competitive Smite looks like. You gotta look at the guys right below it as well, the guys who will be in the SPL of tomorrow. These teams that, I would not be surprised. I mean, Resist Gaming is a great example. 3 of the players who were founding members of Resist Gaming now play in the SPL.
Yep, and there's more to that story as well. There's no chance for these guys to actually qualify to the SWC this year. That is off the table. But what they are playing for come the end of the Challenger Cup is they are playing for the right to be in the SPL for next season. And kicking things off at the start of next year, it's right, we get the experience. If you get relegated in the summer split, that's fine. That's not a problem. You're out for one season, you stay together as a team, but you've got that SPL experience. That's totally fine. Next split, that's the important one. You're aiming for the full split. You've got the SPL experience. Yeah, you got knocked out. You might learn something, but that full split, the spring split just gives you so much ability to just play around, learn a whole bunch, and not have any pressure on you. It's the right season to be getting into the SPL, the right split to be getting into the SPL.
Definitely. So we are going to see, excuse me, going to be seeing a unique start in terms of Resist Gaming is one of the few teams that does it, but not unique in the respects of lots of teams have considered it and done it in one variation or another, which is this try start on the speed buff where you have the solo laner doing the back camp, the mid laner and the jungler doing the speed buff, and then the mid laner goes to lane, and then the solo laner and the jungler do the blue buff very quickly before coming to lane. Now, this does apply some interesting dynamics to the leveling in terms of experience splitting, but what does occur is overall, at the end of the red buff, speed buff, etc. buff split, when it's all said and done, you actually end up getting more experience overall for your team, because when you split, it's like 110%, not 100%, and because of that, you're going to see Caden and Pomponius doing a little bit better.
Have a look at the left-hand side of things. Fierno's in trouble, but Ballantyne able to get the first blood just before Fierno falls. The Grand Seraph will get one in response. It's going to be a 1-for-1 trade, but Resist come out slightly ahead with that first blood.
Indeed. Though, the fact that Xbalanque got first blood, that's 5 free power. And, Athena getting first blood, or excuse me, not first blood, but getting his first kill overall is important for him. Though, at the same time, the question of Athena, I mean, it's not bad that she got a kill. She always does well with levels. But overall, I mean, the fact that Thor had to rotate all the way over is definitely a big deal for Arcane Purple.
Yeah, and, I mean, obviously, they get a kill out of it, which is, you know, fantastic. That's great. That's everything you want. Capri gonna pay with his life. Not so great, but hey, it's some gold on the board. Interesting, you were mentioning the interesting dynamics between the experience and gold. Well, it continues, you know. They get a kill. They get 1 kill onto Capri, but they knock off Fierno in the process on the Apollo, so he's missed out on a little bit gold XP. Not too much, but a little bit himself, and he didn't get the kill, whereas that went on to Grand Seraph. But look in the mid lane.
Doing with mid lane now, we are going to see tons of regression, and Caden is going to fall over. Pomponius is going to kill Viper as well, and that's going to be again the 1-for-1 trade. Very, very close game. Really liking to see this this pressure where the teams are. It's a 2-for-2. It's a 2v2 or 3v3, or whatever it may be, depending on which portion of the map you're on. And in this case, both the junglers died. Both of the people who started the aggression lost.
Oh, have a look at the grab over on the left-hand lane on towards Fierno. Gonna get tagged up a little bit, so he's not gonna be able to rotate with that ultimate anytime soon, as he gets it, of course. But left-hand mid-camps are spawning in the early aggression, rotations, Resist, want to be the first ones there, clear it quickly, they do successfully, and continue such a nice positive snowball on the side of the golden XP for them.
Yeah, definitely. That was the one negative of the Resist Gaming start, prior to all of the kills, was that they did not get either of the mid-camps first time around. They were just a little bit late. They off-timed them, so to speak, and because of that, and we saw such a fast rotation in from Thor in the mid lane, there was no opportunity for them to get to it. And that Thor being some significant, he's going to get knocked down, blown up very, very quickly. There's the Luna ultimate as well. Marauder showing up to the party. He's going to get the Scourge off at least, but Viper still does fall.
Yeah, well, 1 kill, going the way of Resist Gaming. Finally, our non-split first kill of the game, which is good. I mean, Resist want to be getting those kills. They've got a Socat, so their late game damage is going to be significantly higher compared to a Thor. Thor is just going to be a little bit more of a CC bot. So, 2 things to watch out for there going on late game, but definitely getting Socat a little bit more online into this mid game. It means that Thor's a little bit further behind, he's not getting the XP he needs, he's not getting the ability for, as soon as his ultimate's up, to immediately go and try and gank a lane with that one. Because if he's dead when the ultimate comes back off cooldown, that's a little bit of efficiency he's losing.
Yeah, definitely. So, something else to note, briefly, in the duo lane, is that, Fierno is alone, he's getting solo experience, but he did not get his purple buff. The attack speed camp was invaded by Grand Seraph and Kawaii, and they did, in fact, steal it away from him. So that means that he's, you know, again, losing a little bit. This is Arcane Purple saying, fine, you've gotten some kills, you're ahead by 1 kill, you've gotten some interesting, you know, farm and experience going, but we're going to compete. If you look at the graphs really quickly, 200 experience, 100 experience. It's fluctuating significantly in the low band in terms of you can't really tell you can't call who's winning. We do see Thor over in the solo lane having to ult away as he was very, very low, but then in gold, you know, 1400 is very, very good for the boys in blue.
Yeah, absolutely, and the fact as well that the Tiers had to use the Lawbringer to get out of trouble on this right-hand side means Marauder can sit here, he's got the Scourge to keep himself sustained up, he doesn't have to use any more abilities, and he can freely push this wave as well, so he's denying a lot of gold here. He's going to actually go for the tower dive, lots of damage, shield bash for the kill, great job Marauder.
Yep, but he is now has 3 members rotating over for him. I don't even notice that they were on their way, though he does not have any wards over there either. Athena ulting in is a very, very risky. I really would have just let Marauder die if I was on his team. I would have said, you got yourself into this, get yourself out. That said, Ballantyne does save him, so Ballantyne's a better teammate than I am, apparently.
I'll own it. You would have given him up?
I would have said, look, you got yourself in there, you dove, that's on you.
Are you changing your name to BM Target anytime this week?
No.
Okay, anyway. Well, I tried. I just thought I'd ask.
That's fine. And I mean, to be fair, I also, Ballantyne did a very good job of knowing how to get themselves out, you know, following, okay, they're coming in this way, you know, Marauder sees it. They stay calm, okay, rotate through the tower, we've got a minion wave, we can go. And now, because of that massive rotation, they can start bait. Oh, hello. I'm not sure if it's really baiting the Gold Fury or just baiting the Giannis at that point.
I think they were baiting the Gold Fury with that one, because, I mean, they went very, very aggressive in there, almost looked to start, and then they were like, hang on. He just left lane. We saw him leave lane thanks to minions. We've got that ward there. We've got total vision of Giannis. Walks around the corner into a taunt and just baiting it. They're like, okay, we don't need to do it, but it's just
that free gold instead. So 7 minutes into the game, now 5-2. Completely different point in the game than we were moments ago. As Marauder out of mana, but he doesn't care. He wants Doridia. And Serket gonna jump over the wall, gonna get the Deathbane, and is going to get the kill there onto him. Now 6-2. And Resist Gaming, now that they found their lead, they are just really stepping on the gas pedal.
Yep, and look at the right-hand side of things once again, Caden. Just still looking for it. They want to go and glitch hop here, and they're going to do it. They've got the ambush, so they've got a long way forward, but really good portal from glitch hop gets himself some safety, and they're able to walk back through as well, just because they've got that wave shoved up. So gold continually being denied to this tower, and it's going to fall if it takes much more.
Indeed, and we're going to see a ward, excuse me, getting cleared over here on the Gold Fury, and Athena considering a rotation around behind Xbalanque, though she instead does take the safe route down to her ADC, though Fearno looking like he wants to try and bait Grand Seraph now, but I think Grand Seraph knows that, excuse me, there, Athena ult, though, is being channeled. Where is she going to fly is the question. Over to the mid lane, when Pomponius was getting pressured by 3, but he is perfectly fine, sitting at half health, and about 3/4 mana, 2/3, 3/4, somewhere on there.
What they're just doing is just saying, hey, I mean, there's potential for aggression here, we're just going to deny it. Make sure that we stay safe, make sure that we don't give any kills over. We're 6-2 up at this point, so we're in the lead. We want to stay in that lead, we don't want to give anything away, but now looking for the aggression. Pomponius might continue to be in trouble here.
Yeah, it might be a little bit, though we are going to see Giannis in a little bit of trouble as well now. Athena going to let him simply walk away. And Thor backing up Serket has shown up to the party as well.
Well, another disengage. Alright, just poking around. They were trying to continue the party from last game. Not quite able to bring crackers this time again. But, experience of gold at this point in time. 3.7k is the XP difference. Resist Gaming in the positives. Let's look at where that's impacting the map mostly. 1 level on Fino. Even though he was the first blood, he was the first to fall. Sorry, not first blood, he was the second to fall. Ballantyne's up by 1 level as well. And 2 in the jungle and 2 in the solo lane. So that's a big difference on the right-hand side of things.
Definitely. And that 2 in the jungle is really closer to about 1.5. We're seeing, you know, Thor, well, Thor is sitting at the top end of, well, he was sitting at the top end of 10. Now we're seeing it be at 11. And Serket was sitting at the bottom of 11, or low side of 11. The Thor trying to catch up a little bit, but at the same time, Caden with his farm can just keep himself at that 1.5 level advantage and just continue to stay just ahead of the Thor.
Fucking purple. They're, you know, arcanely apparently on the purple buff. Seeing spells. Oh, Marauder again, just dumpstering all over Doridia. Not having so much fun over here now on the tier, are you, buddy?
Again, tier, if he falls behind, has a very, very bad time. Interesting to note, briefly, looking at the itemization, both of them went into starter. That's 12 for Lana. and Bluestone for the tier, and then went into boots completely before going into mystical. They didn't. Neither of them opted to do any sort of mystical rush. That said, fight Resist Gaming does get it overtaken with Ocean's Light, and there may be more to follow.
Yeah, Pomponius is going to bead through that portal. Down comes the through space and time, looking for some more damage. They've got to continue to engage, potentially continue engaging, and they do so through the portals. Seraph wants to keep going here, but they may be at re-engage.
Pomponius does fall, and Grandstrap looking to try and actually pull the tower aggro so he can reset himself on the Khepri ultimate. Khepri does fall there, though, after the fact that Marauder does rotate in. Marauder looking to continue his aggression is going to push onto Duridia. He got his Mystical Mail online. Oh, there we go! He's going to try and get through whenever Duridia is a heal up off of the Power Cleave, and he does fall. On the bottom side, we are going to see Grandstrap falling to Fear No. Viper, however, does finish off Valentine, and Marauder, dude, buddy, there. Oh, okay. Alright, keep going. Fine, by all means. Going to not finish off Glitch Hop, but he does run the ultimate. And he tower dies.
He's still going. He wants to keep going. He's got Mystical Mail already, but here comes Viper. Berserker Barrage is, of course, bypassing the disarm. That's something that it's able to do. Unfortunately, forced to disengage at this point unless he gets a friend in need from the backside. Last breath. That is going to tick out. Splash out onto some minions, hopefully. Caden secures the kill, and Marauder with just a tick of health. He wants it. They're going to dive. Oh, Finno. Great ultimate. From downtown. He's just like, I wanted a piece of that. I'm going to ride my chariot. Does so, lands successfully down, and he's like, man, I brought the chariot ride. I've got all the crackers, I've got all the cheese, I've got all the cake you need. Maybe this is a birthday party.
That's all he doesn't need to bring the snacks. He just brought the car. He's the cool kid. He's that kid who at 16 his parents bought him a car, even if it was a clunker. It still drives, which is all that matters.
The important part is that he was able to land down with thanks to the car.
Yes.
And do some more damage.
Exactly.
He crashed into them.
Well, that's a little morbid, but anyways, we are going to see now 12 minutes in. I mean, and if we look at the graphs, it was close, and then it sort of steadily has been growing. If you look at the gold, it's been incredibly steady, and experience has been a little bit of dips as different camps were taken at different times, but the general trend has been a very smooth flow in continuation of Resist's dominance.
Wow, I mean, just look at what they're able to do around this map at this point. 12-5, able to continue aggression over on towards Duridia, who had to ult away just there. Saw him move a significant portion of the map. Definitely means that the ultimate was utilized to try and get himself out of there. Teleport picked up at this point as well for both of our solo laners. So we're probably going to see a lot of maintaining their presence in the solo lane as well for an extended period of time, and you can see that the supports are trying to allow them to do that as well.
Yeah, definitely, and it makes a lot of sense for, actually, briefly, hold that thought, Grandstrap getting ganked by 3 as he falls as well. Then ult onto a minion trying to do the whole thing, and it does work, though Fearno does get the last bit of damage there onto Grandstrap, ultimate coming out from the Giannis, and Thor is in the area. Thor is using the portal, gonna ride the rails, Akoai getting caught by that wall. Does, well, he is a boss, he is very well.
Portal through, I think. He's going to join the fight, but not before Valentine is able to take out the Khepri, and now Viper is going to follow him. There's no hammer to lay down anymore, and Glitch Hop. Well, I don't think you glitched or you hop, buddy. You weren't able to get through anyway. Did you see how crucial that was, though, in the mid lane? I was just watching the minimap. Right before that rotation came out, the through space and time was cast towards the left-hand side of the map. Pomponius and Marauder zoned Glitch Hop away from being able to take the portals. He wasn't able to join that fight, and that was crucial to them being able to maintain that gank.
Yeah, and then just immediately afterwards, 2 towers taken so quickly by Resist Gaming. Very, very solid objective control. Okay, we know that Valentine is this tanky, so he can tank this much of the second tower without the minions being there immediately, etc. And they just did such a good job of burning those through. That's the first tier 2 tower of the game, and that's now 3 towers having been taken by Resist Gaming, while Arcane Purple has not managed to get any of Resist's towers past the quarter health mark.
And Viper's no longer having any sort of an impact on the game. He's at 2-4-1. His opposite number at 5-2-4. So same itemization until Sokat goes back. Coming back with a short sword. It's going to start looking really rough for Viper. I expect him to go a little bit more of a defensive route, just to make sure he can get some glue down and apply, you know, double taps as they come off cooldown. He applies another Tectonic Rift towards the back end of the fight. Something like that, but there's going to be an engage again on the right-hand side of things.
Yeah, well, it
Nope.
looks like Arcade Purple does not want to be a part of this party. Although Quiet does get pulled in. He says, "No, Mom, I don't want to be here," and just does dash right on out. And we will have to see if these three do choose to continue to press here, or if Caden and Valentine want to go for something of a gank. 3 versus 4 here in the mid lane. I think since they know they're all there, they might choose to go for either a Gold Fury bait or a Gold Fury fight once again.
Yeah, they might. Certainly grouping up. Didn't quite land the stun from Pomponius, but now they know he's here. Taunt goes down onto Viper. Beads burned at such an early stage. Kepri's on the backside. Really weird positioning from him, because if he grabs someone, no one can follow up.
And we are going to see Kepri managing to get out. However, Glitchhop is in trouble. Glitchhop is going to go into the base time. Tons of initiation coming out. Pomponius is going to get set out here, but he does have his friends and family ready to roll and help back him up. And now we see 4 versus 4. But the health bars on the side of Arcane Purple significantly lower than the health bars on the side of Resist.
Yeah, that's just kind of like Resist saying, alright, we've burned all your ultimates, now we can fight, now we can safely do this Gold Fury. You've got no business on it, and they just force them away. They're not continuing to look for the bait, because they know that it's just a bit too risky. You know, if they win a fight here, especially if we're baiting on towards the Gold Fury, that's crucial, especially if they steal the Gold Fury in the middle of the fight. It's just like, just get away. This is our Gold Fury now. You've burned your spells. Just get out. Let us have the gold. And Arcane Purple, sure, they can let them do that, but not for much longer. They're starting to fall significantly behind here, and they need to start hitting some larger item spikes to actually get themselves into this game.
And definitely, and 17 minutes, 16 kills is quite impressive. Might see another one here as Glitchhop once again is going to Beads out here, and Serket couldn't quite find what she was looking for, so she just has to ambush away. But, well, she can do that. She's Serket. She has, you know, several mobility options. Plus, used to be incredibly popular to build Blank on her. So she blinks in, and then she can dash out, or ambush out, or Deathbane out. I've even seen it in a very odd manner, but it's worked. So, we are going to see Marauder top side of this fight. Not Marauder. People are going a little bit too ham, my friend. he makes it! But it's like, Marauder, what are you doing? So, he does,
It's just like, I'm here. Hey guys, hey tower.
He's tanky, but he's, I mean, is he
Ooh, that multiple member taunt. Yeah. And just look at the damage dumped down. Pomponius is in a nice spot, 205. Apollo's going to ult in, Fierno on the backside, and this is why we love watching Fierno play. Able to do things like this. Capri ultimate is at least going to revive, and not for much longer. Marauder able to secure off, and another taunt coming through. That's so crucial for Valentine. Able to initiate cleanly for his team, and Resist Gaming, they make all the benefit out of it.
Indeed, and now at the 18-minute mark, still a little bit too early for Fire Giants. Though they may still try for it, as we are seeing some level 19s showing up. Just not quite, again, especially now that you can't tank through lifesteal quite as easily. A little bit more difficult to try and take a Fire Giant this early, but at the same time, it's certainly doable. Though, as the members of Arcane Purple have all now respawned, definitely too late for that call, and so they are instead just going to go do buffs, both theirs and their opponents.
Yeah, well, meantime, not much really to do on the map, so just, alright, we've cleared everything out, let's just reset. There's no towers on the left, there's no towers in the mid, there's only one tower on the right. What's next? It's going to be the Fire Giant. Gold Fury is still a little bit too far away, so I do expect them to start baiting towards that Marauder, looking for the teleport in on towards Glitchhop, towards the left-hand side. He's just like, right, teleport, I can put some pressure down, and has done so successfully. Now it's just a buff grab. Prepping up for the Fire Giant, and warding is going to be key here. If Arcane Purple can get a nice ward in somewhere where they can just get that little bit of vision on towards the Fire Giant, they've got potential for a steal and a successful fight on the back of it.
Yeah, definitely. And we're seeing, you know, Resist Gaming. They're comfortable enough that they can go anywhere on the map, and so they are. Valentine popping the sprint, actually trying to chase down grab him. Hopefully he's going to get the stun there as well. After that, oh, there's the ultimate burn from Kawhi, and sure, he did get bumped up back to half health, but hey, no, it's down now. It's the most important thing on an under-leveled Kepri is his ultimate, and when the ultimate is down, he's not worth a whole lot. And we are going to see the swag flip coming out there from the tier. However, he is in some trouble. The ultimate on the top side of the map from the Serket is going to push Glitchhop away. Glitchhop is going to die next to the minions. Oh dear! Over bottom side of that fight, Marauder is going to kill off Viridia, and now they will leave.
Left-hand side. Never mind. Alright, as soon as they called it, Caster's Curse, they backed off. Fierno was actually boxing out on towards Grand Seraph, but both are going to disengage. They've got Kuawi pinned underneath this tower. He's got to be careful. Is he going to get out? He might? Yeah, he's going to get out. He's going to be fine.
So this is going to be a free Tier 2 tower for the members of Resist Gaming on the right-hand side. Now all Tier 2s have been taken, and we're going to back. Everybody's got a lot of gold in hand, over 1k for the most part, and so because of that, they did before they spent it all. And they now have plenty of options for whether they choose to go for the... okay, this is the thing. Arcane Purple. Are they really...
They had to.
I understand they need to, but if they... Everybody's up. The Fire Giant's burning down so slowly that... Exactly this is what I was afraid of, is that Resist can come in now, they can either continue the Fire Giant, or they can let it reset like this, and just start blocking. They get a double, that's a triple on Pomponius, that's a quadra kill, Marauder gets the 4th kill. Kind of all happened, excuse me, that's a triple kill, Marauder getting 1. Not quite the penta, Giannis was able to escape. But...
You know what was crucial there? 3-man Eagles rally into 4-man Fino landed down on top of 4 with his ultimate. That does a nice bit of damage to everyone in it. Oh yeah, it was just like everyone was in such... I mean, and they're not big AoEs either. It's not like they're massive AoEs.
The rallies incredibly small. Now, look at this. Fearno's like, hey guys, I'm doing this in balance. Like, fine, I'll come over, I'll give you some protections, I'll tank the Fire Giant. You didn't really need my help. Now I see Marauder back up fighting 1v3 because he can. Oh, 1v4. There's Viper. Viper's ultimate hits him and the full spin, and Marauder's giggling.
No, I'm giggling.
Fine, I'm getting mixed. I'm getting mixed signals. But anyways, Marauder is the highest level on the map. Sure, he's tied with 2 of his own teammates, but no one on Arcane Purple can contest him right now. He's tanky. He's got damage. He is 4 levels ahead of the highest member.
He's going Soul Eater.
Yeah. Why not? But, like, in all seriousness, if you look at his team, it helps out Fearno, it helps out Caden, it helps out Marauder, or what? It helps out himself. Excuse me. But then, there's the protection aura as well, which helps out the rest of his team. So why not go for it? And this protection
and power.
The physical protections that he gives himself. Off of that, the 10, it's not much, but it helps the room for a tamer ever so slightly. So it's again these synergies in all these tiny little ways that all stacks up for efficiency quite nicely.
Oh man, I know I shouldn't be laughing at him picking up the Soul Eater, but it's just like hilarious. It's the health, right? It's
you're Australian.
So
I just figure you get you're bitten by a snake and you're hallucinating. That's all. That's what I tell myself when you start laughing randomly.
I could go back and do something we were doing last split. Actually, a lot of damage might get dumped on a Kuawi. He's dead. Goodbye. Alright, that's just standard.
And not gonna hurt too much. Marauder gonna kill Glitch Hop on the top side of this entire engagement. He doesn't even care that he's taking the Titan right now. He's gonna come down. He's gonna look for Duridia. Duridia going to be chased down by Caden, but they say, oh, let's actually just go clear out these waves and push in for the win.
Yeah, so the thing that's good about Soul Eater, right? For yourself, lifesteal, attack speed, health, protections, and physical power. 5 separate kinds of stats. A mediocre amount of all, but just in general.
Just going crazy in his backline. Marauder going to finish with Brent's Raptor, and now we are going to see Duridia going to get ulted there. He is going to get saved by the Khepri ultimate. I don't know if he's going to be able to do much more. No, he is not. He is going to fall, and that is going to be that 29-5, 24 minutes, 68,000 to 46 in favor of Resist Gaming.
That was interesting. But no, it's what I really wanted to see from Resist. Obviously, they're fairly similar. Like, this team isn't all that much different. I mean, obviously they've had some players move up to the SPL, but that's because Resist has always been one of those teams with enough individual skill across the board for any of those players to get picked up and to move up into the SPL. Now, losing those players, they've had some practice time, they've had some fall away time, they come back a lot more refreshed, with a lot better synergy, the roster's prepared, they're ready to go, and I really, really like that from them. I just wanted to see them early in this bracket, because they're an AIM team, and there's been a big gap since the last Challenger Cup.
So it's interesting. So we will be back. I'm actually going to be skipping over to Just Production. We're going to be bringing in Lord WizKid here to cast. As you all can tell, I'm I'm sure I sound horrible, but we'll be bringing you the Burly Men on the burliest of all. Junipero's back, who she is back, and I'm looking forward to
I love
seeing her.
Junipero.
It's Junie and Lou. They're back together. I'm so happy.
Oh.
So Junie will have to carry Lou the best that she can, but they know that I love watching them play, so it's a little bit of lighthearted banter. But we will be back in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere, anyone. This is the North American Challengers Cup, week number 1, going into the round of 16.